You have felt it, have you not? That slow, heavy exhaustion that sits on your chest at 1 in the morning. The replay of every moment where they talked over you. The memory of that laugh when you tried to speak. The look they gave each other when you defended yourself and somehow looked guilty instead of strong. You are tired, not sleepy, tired of being misread, tired of explaining, tired of walking away thinking of better words you should have said. It burns, it makes your chest tight, it makes you want to shout, to prove, to fight. But every time you speak from that pain, you lose more ground. Every word you throw becomes a brick they use to build their throne over you. Good, because this is the last time you will look at the game without understanding it. You think the problem is that you did not speak well enough. You think you needed stronger arguments, faster comebacks, sharper words. That is wrong. Every time you spoke from that tight chest, from that burning need to be understood, you gave them what they wanted. Reaction, emotion, proof that they could move you. Every word you threw became a brick, and they used those bricks to build their throne over you. Now, here is the part that separates those who understand power from those who only wish they did. What if I told you that your silence can destroy their power? What if the thing you think makes you invisible is the blade that cuts the strings they try to pull? Silence is not empty. Silence is pressure. Silence is a weapon. Silence is the language of people who do not need approval. Power is a language. Most people do not speak it. They speak emotion. They speak fear. They speak the need to be liked. Power speaks less. Power waits. Power studies. The Prince was written by Niccolo Machiavelli, and in it he said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." People misunderstand that line. They think it means cruelty. It does not. It means control, and nothing creates control faster than a person who does not react. What creates fear faster than a man who cannot be read? A man who does not rush to defend his name. A man who does not chase approval like a beggar chasing coins. That man owns the room before he ever speaks. Tell me in the comments right now, and answer honestly, because this is for you at 1 in the morning. Have you ever lost respect because you talked too much? Because you tried too hard to explain? Type yes if that is you. Do not hide from it. You were trained to believe you must respond to everything. That silence means weakness. That if someone insults you and you do not fight back, you lose. That is the lie that keeps you tired. Power does not rush to defend. Power observes. Power waits. Power lets others expose themselves. And this is just the beginning. Imagine this. You are in a group. Someone throws a small insult your way. It is dressed as a joke. Everyone looks at you. They expect heat. They expect you to stumble over words. They expect you to fight for your place. But you do nothing. You look at them, calm, still, eyes steady, no reply, no smile to soften it, no anger to feed it. The room shifts. Silence creates uncertainty, and uncertainty kills confidence. When you react, you give them feedback. You tell them they hit something. When you stay silent, you give them a mirror. And most people cannot stand looking at themselves. Why do some men become untouchable after being ignored? Why do some leaders command respect without raising their voice? Because they do not play the emotional game. They let others chase. They let others talk themselves into weakness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is not therapy. That is strategy. If you control your reaction, you control the board. Life is an invisible chessboard. Every word is a move. Most people move too fast. They reveal fear. They reveal desire. They reveal insecurity. You must not. Let them move first. Let them overextend. Let them show their hand. Most stop listening here. The ones who keep going are the ones history remembers. Silence is not passive. It is timing. It is holding tension until your words land like a hammer. If you speak too soon, your words are noise. If you wait, your words become law. Have you noticed that the most dangerous person in the room is often quiet? He watches, he studies. While others argue, he maps the battlefield. While others shout, he sharpens the blade. Drop this in the comments. I am learning the language of power. Do not type it as motivation. Type it as commitment. Now, watch how this flips the entire game. When you argue, you are on defense. When you over-explain, you look guilty. When you beg to be understood, you give them status. But when you remain silent, you force them to chase clarity. You force them to wonder, did it land? Does he care? Is he above this? Uncertainty eats weak confidence. Machiavelli also wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous. If that is true, why would you reveal your emotions so easily? Why would you show your doubts? Why would you hand fragile people the blueprint to your heart? No, you observe. You measure, you wait, but that is only the outer layer. Silence builds mystery, and mystery builds value. Humans chase what pulls away. They respect what feels scarce. If you speak constantly, your words are cheap. If you answer instantly, your attention is common. But if you choose silence, your presence becomes rare. Attention is currency. Do not spend it on everyone. When someone disrespects you and you withdraw attention, you remove oxygen from their ego. And egos suffocate without applause. Have you ever noticed how some people provoke just to get you to react? They need proof they matter. When you give them nothing, they feel it. But here is where most fail. Silence must be calm, not bitter, not dramatic, not a performance. True silence is steady, your face relaxed, your breath slow, your posture upright. If your silence shakes, they see fear. If your silence is grounded, they feel pressure. Power is not loud. Power is controlled. Tell me this. What is harder for you, staying silent or staying calm? Answer that in the comments. That answer shows you where to train. Now, let us go deeper. There is a reason kings spoke less than servants. When a king spoke, people listened. When he was silent, people speculated. Speculation builds myth. Myth builds authority. Think of Julius Caesar. He did not announce every plan. He moved. He acted. He crossed the Rubicon and let action speak. That is the pattern. The powerful do not announce. They execute. Silence buys you time. Time to grow. Time to prepare. Time to build without critics poisoning your focus. Have you ever shared a goal and felt the energy in the room change? A small doubt, a small smile. That is why you move in silence. You build in silence. You succeed in silence. Then results speak. Now here is the part that separates those who only want validation from those who want power. When lies spread about you, your instinct screams to defend. When rumors whisper, you want to clear your name. But chasing every lie gives it importance. Arguing with every fool lowers your level. Silence says you are beneath my concern. Marcus Aurelius also wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." If they are loud and chaotic and emotional, and you become the same, you lose your edge. If you remain composed, you rise. Now watch how this changes how people test you. When you are silent under pressure, people try you less. They sense that they cannot control your state. They cannot predict your reaction. And unpredictability creates caution. Caution creates respect. What is more dangerous, a barking dog or a silent wolf? The barking dog shows all its teeth. The silent wolf waits in the dark. It does not warn. It does not negotiate. It observes. You need to become that silent wolf. This does not mean you never speak. It means when you speak, it matters. Short sentences, clear tone. No extra emotion. For example, instead of arguing for 10 minutes, you say, "That is not acceptable." Then you stop. No debate. Silence after a boundary is strength. Power is not given. Power is studied. Power is practiced. Power is taken. Let that sit. Midway through this, I want you to reflect. How many times did your anger cost you respect? How many times did explaining make you look weak? How many times did reacting make them smile? Write in the comments the one moment you still think about at night. The one where you wish you stayed silent. Face it. Silence also changes your inner world. When you stop reacting to every small trigger, you train discipline. Discipline builds self-respect. Self-respect changes how others treat you. People sense need. They sense fear. They sense when you crave approval. Silence removes that signal. It shows you are comfortable alone. Comfortable, misunderstood. Comfortable without applause. Most people fear silence because silence forces them to face themselves. When you are at peace in silence, you become mentally sharp. You can sit with pain and turn it into fuel. Knives in your back can become rocket fuel if you stop screaming and start focusing. Every betrayal shows you who to cut off. Every insult shows you who feels threatened. Every rejection sharpens your edge. Good. Now, let us turn that into something real. From this day, when someone tries to provoke you, you pause, you breathe, you look at them as if they are small storms hitting a mountain. And you give them nothing, just presence. They will talk more. They will push harder. They will reveal insecurity. And slowly, they lose status without you lifting a finger. But here is the part that most do not understand. Silence is a weapon, but only when paired with competence. You cannot be silent and empty. You must be silent and building. Reading, training, working, studying the language of power. Napoleon Bonaparte once said that the strong man is the one who can interrupt the communication between the senses and the mind. That is discipline. That is control. That is silence under pressure. Now imagine walking into a room. You do not rush to impress. You do not speak loudly. You observe. When you speak, it is direct. People adjust around you. They lower their tone. They listen more closely. That is not magic. That is strategy. Now here is your final test. Close your eyes. Think of the last time someone tried to belittle you. Feel that heat. Now imagine responding with nothing. Imagine their words hanging in the air with no reaction to land on. Imagine your calm breath, your steady gaze. This is not about being cold. It is about being unmovable. If this resonated, like the video, subscribe. Not for entertainment, for training. Comment below with your oath. One sentence. Type it and mean it. I control my reactions, and no one moves me without my permission. Type it, read it, own it, because tomorrow, when they try again, you will not be tired. You will not be scrambling for words. You will be silent, and in that silence, you will understand something they do not. The ignored become unstoppable when they learn to weaponize silence.